How to be a successful business owner. Started my first of 16 companies when I was 19. I built them, bought them, wrecked a couple, unfortunately. And now I've helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people grow their businesses. In fact, I even wrote a book on it. We're going to go through 7 steps on how to be a successful business owner. As entrepreneurs and business owners, we know that if we have a clear plan, anything becomes possible. And if you can have a clear plan, a clear process to create that plan, and a way to create clarity with your partner or spouse, you can drive to amazing heights. All right, so if you're thinking about, hey, I want to be a successful business owner, maybe you're an owner now, maybe you're thinking of getting into it, there's 7 basic steps that if you go through these, it's going to increase your likelihood of success immensely. So those primary steps are, first, number 1, it sounds very silly, but being crystal clear on what success looks like for you. Where do you want to go, and what does amazing look like? Now, if you're just starting, actually in the book, we talk through that quite a bit, but to help people define what success is. There are so many people who trip into businesses, or they start doing this because they could do that, or maybe somebody thought here, or something like that. And they kind of with their business. But if you want to be really successful, having a clear vision of where you want to go, you have to know where you're going if you're going to get there. So being clear on what success looks like for you, put a date on it, and where do you want to go with it, is going to be one of the first steps. The second is be really curious about the problem you're solving. Whatever problem, if it's product, service, whatever it may be, what is it you're solving, and what are the client's issues? What are the pain points that they're looking for? Don't try and sell what you do. Try and sell the outcomes you're going to provide. And to do that, you have to be really curious and understand where somebody's coming from. What are those issues? What are those primary steps, those concerns that they're having? What are those pieces? So, it's the idea that I see so many people want to talk about all the specialties. I use the example of bread. If I come in, I'm hungry, and you want to tell me about the artisan or the wheat that comes from 500 years ago, and how you ground it and hand ground, and then it's cooked in a wood baked oven. I'm just like, I don't really care. I'm hungry. Is your bread good? Is it going to solve my problem? If people can be more curious when they're looking at solving a problem for a business, your likelihood of success is going to go up. All right. The third step is, once you start to understand that, don't try and sell something or push something down somebody's throat that they don't want. You may be able to help them understand that they need to go a different direction, but it's really important that you meet your clients where they're at. So for me, as a strategic advisor, and with the high-end executive coaching I do, I have a huge quiver of skills that I can go. I've got tools all over the place. But for me, I have to genuinely be curious and be fearless and ask questions and keep digging and digging and digging to try and understand what is the challenge that they're facing, but then meet them where they're at. I like to say that every organization, individual, and even couples in some cases, go through one of 4 phases: stabilize, visualize, strategize, and execute. And the point is that if I'm working with a CEO and he's at a point where his life is just in total reactionary shit show mode, I can talk about visualization or building a plan till I'm blue in the face, but realistically it's going to go in one ear and out the other. So it comes down to, how can I be curious and meet them where they're at? Maybe we have to invest the first month in just helping them to stabilize. Then we can start helping visualize where they need to go, and from there, how do we build the plan? Once you get this, and once you start to meet your clients where they're at, this is one of the very key things in being a successful business owner, is over-deliver. Under-promise, over-deliver. Once you understand, hey, this is what success looks like for you. 2, you're curious and you're really understanding what the problem is, and meeting them then you meet with them where they're at. Then how can you over-deliver? So for me, I am a hawk on price, meaning I like to charge a lot. There's multiple reasons for doing that, not just for the financial benefit, but it also, typically people show up. But I also make a guarantee that says, you don't have to pay me. We don't have any contracts or agreements, and you don't have to pay me if you don't feel you had value. Now, I've only had one person in all my years that used that clause, and I should have done a better job qualifying them earlier. It's on me. But the point is that when I'm there, I want to be as present as I can with them, and I want to knock their socks off. I want to change their world. I genuinely want to over-deliver. I want to provide that service that is so amazing that it changes who they are and how they look at things. Now, this could be as simple as, doing an extra 5 minutes in your yard service, or helping somebody with a little extra piece hit there, or being curious about who knows what it is, but thinking about what are those little extra steps, that extra mile you can do. That kind of thing, if you really want to be successful as a business owner, those steps, if you create that culture all the way through, it'll always be helping you and drive success. Now, the next piece is it's important for you to own it and be accountable. Understanding that the person you saw this morning when you were brushing your teeth in the mirror is 100% accountable for who you are and where you are today. Now, everybody has outside influences, everybody has outside things that have happened, everybody has different histories. But the reality is all those beautiful things of who you are a result of that, and some of the challenges are. So if you genuinely want to be a successful business owner, you need to own that. You need to be the person who's accountable. If you start blaming other people, buck stops with you. If you blame other people, your clients, your people will bounce out. They don't care if you have supply chain issues. They don't care if somebody was late to work. They don't care about those things. They want to know that you're taking it, and this is where it's like, yep, these things happen and this is how I'm addressing it. But make sure that you own it. The next thing, and this is silly, but if you want to be successful, you need to be growing your business, especially if you're in a smaller type business or a referral or a service. Ask for referrals. When you have a great relationship, you just knock somebody's socks off, they just changed their life, something wonderful just happened, they give you a positive comment, great. Ask for a referral. This is a way that you can find other people who are like types of people that with the person you just shared that moment with. Now, the other positive with this is that if you just ask for referrals all the time people get tired of that. And it's as if you're asking them to give you something. You're asking to give you something. But if you can ask a referral right after you've changed somebody's life, helped them go on to a whole nother level with something, or got caught being great, well, actually you're providing the opportunity for them to be great. So if you did a great service, they're really happy with it. It's like, great. Well, if you happen to know anybody that you think would value from my service, let me know. I'd be happy to give them an hour of my time or give them an assessment or whatever it is you do. But by doing that, if somebody's done a great job for me and I know somebody else who may need that service, I can help that person by making that introduction. I'm giving them a gift. It might benefit the person I'm referring, but it's also making me look good because I'm connecting somebody else. So the last thing, and it's so overlooked, but it's so important, is make sure you're having fun. If you're having fun and you genuinely want to be a successful business owner, you're going to have more fun. You're going to be more successful. You have to love what you're doing. And I've known people who had porta potty businesses that loved what they did. So you can find, if you're not loving what you're doing, it just means you're not in the right gig, or you've got some structural issues, you need some better support or different ways of looking at it. But make sure you're having fun. Because if it sucks to go to work every day, it's going to be seen and you're not going to be nearly as successful. So 7 steps to becoming a successful business owner. Number 1, make sure you've got a clear vision of what success looks like and where you want to go with it. 2, be curious. Really try and understand what is the problem you're solving and what are the pain points associated with that problem. 3, once you understand that, meet your clients where they're at. Meet the people where they're at, and really help them solve the problem, but in their way, their language. 4, make sure you over-deliver on whatever you do. 5, own it. Be accountable. 6, don't be afraid to ask for referrals. And 7, most of all, don't forget to have some fun. So, ideally you have found some value with this. If you have any comments, please feel free to let us know at Aspiring Solopreneur. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Keep smiling.